Kelsey Charles. You were the two, but I'm sure a whole bunch of people also subscribe to this notion as we are getting ready for the Cowboys to head into Philly week. I guess this is already Philly week or whatever. And you have a saying which goes,
Dallas forever, Philly for never.
Boom. It's their catchphrase.
Is that what is it really?
They end every episode with it.
We do.
Oh, okay, see?
So it was really born out of a really fun Sunday fun day.
Okay.
And a lot of mimosas.
I figured when you said really fun Sunday fun day.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And a lot of all caps typing and tweeting. So.
Okay.
Do we? It's funny you said Philly week. I know in Philly it is Dallas week. Do we recognize? It? No. I'm not saying like. I'm just saying. Do we even recognize? I feel like I don't even have like Philly sucks. It's terrible. No doubt about it. But I feel like I don't get like up for it. Like that's their whole life. It feels like is the twice a year they get to play the Cowboys. It's kind of sad.
Huh. Okay. So is this how we're going? We're just going to go with like Philly slander.
I mean, Washington talked about it was Dallas week. Yeah. Remember? And we don't view it as Washington week. And I know Philly's more intense, Rob, but do we view it as Philly week here? I don't know that we do.
I don't know if I'm the authority on this. So Meg, you will be my stand-in here. And also you listening on radio, Twitch, YouTube, wherever you're listening, Odyssey app.
Yeah.
Let us know. Truckwreck.com text line 877-881-1053. I kind of stumbled through that one. Let us know. Is it Philly week or is it just another week where you happen to play the Eagles?
To me, it's just another week where we happen to play the Eagles. However, I would say the last several years, they, to me, have been more like our biggest rival for when we're battling for the NFC East. I know the Commanders have taken that lead at points, but typically it's like a little bit of a dogfight between the two of us down the stretch. So that's why it's Philly for never. They're always... we have to beat them to be number one, pretty much. Sure. So that's where my head's at.
And it's an obnoxious, terrible city.
It is.
It's definitely obnoxious. And they revel in it. It's not even just like they're obnoxious and they don't realize it. They're happy about it. They're happy to be.
Yeah, they enjoy being terrible. Like, and I don't mean that in just like, oh, they're like terrible. Like, I mean, they enjoy acting terrible.
They wear it as a badge of honor.
They throw snowballs with batteries in them at Santa, and they cheer when like Michael Irvin is lying on the vet field like turf and unable to move. Like they enjoy that. They love playing for KG, who's not here. They love playing the heel. The WWE heel. That's what they love.
Got a little wrestle in there, huh?
Absolutely. But the problem is that it's not an act. It's like who they are.
Yeah, I mean, they were called out for their bad behavior when Minnesota was playing against them, and they still, like, every year they do, like, an anniversary of, like, talking about how bad they were to Minnesota fans. So, I mean, that's just how they are.
All right. Bobby being the Bobby that he is. Just off the cuff, slander of Philly wasn't good enough for you.
No. I just wanted to let people know like what they're getting into this week.
Okay, so Meg, what's going to happen here is Bobby has prepared some statements.
Okay. Yeah, just an overview for people who don't understand. Like when they hear you say Dallas forever, Philly for never. Let's say you're not from Philly. Let's say you're from Laredo and you're listening for some reason.
Huh. Okay. Well, I don't know. You know, we got a big I
know. I'm just trying to
base in Laredo. You know
and they may say, well, why Philly for never? What's so bad about Philly? So I'm just going to give the people an overview of Philly.
So Meg, we're going to grade. Well, I'm going to let you grade what Bobby brings, and then maybe like spice up. We'll give a little editorial session afterwards.
Yeah, Philadelphia. It is the city of brotherly love. Which, if you know anything about Philadelphia, you know that the nickname fits the city about as well as Zach Wolchuk's pre-soda wardrobe fits him, which is not very well. Philly's a weird place. The city's hero is a pretend boxer who has gotten his bell rung so many times that even the Miami Dolphins would feel uncomfortable letting him in the ring.
Oof.
Their most famous monument is a giant broken idiophone that they give to band kids who have no rhythm. I'm mostly just like trolling, of course. Philadelphia is a wonderful city, highly influential. Here are a few fun facts about Philadelphia's influence that I bet you didn't know, Reggie. You're a well-read guy, but I bet you didn't know these things.
Decently read.
Number one, the television program Law & Order doesn't even use scripts. They just give the director a copy of the Philadelphia Inquirer.
Okay.
Another TV fun fact, the show CSI was originally going to be set in Philadelphia, but the show producers believed their crime scenes were far too watered down for anyone to believe it was actually Philadelphia.
Okay.
3, our current federal hate crimes laws were inspired by a congressional aide who got a look at the Philadelphia police blotter and thought we should do something about this.
Okay.
Something else interesting about Philadelphia, Bill Cosby's from there. I think we can just let that stand on its own.
That's a great joke. What do you do there? Like, can we pause for a second? You don't have to do anything more.
You can just let that one breathe.
All right, okay,
Bill Cosby's
press play.
there. Of course, we have to mention world famous Philly cheesesteak, which calling the cheesesteak your city cuisine is a little like calling your city like your city song Gangnam Style. It's just terrible.
Yeah.
Of course, Gangnam Style wouldn't actually be the song of Philadelphia, though, because, Philly's contributed so much to the world of hip hop. Beanie Siegel's from there. It's great. If it weren't for Philly, Drake wouldn't have a single hip hop beef victory. Meek Mill and the city of Philadelphia made that happen.
He wrote that for me.
They allowed Canada to plant their flag in the hip hop world. That's history right there that we owe to them. But the most interesting thing about Philadelphia right now is that it's the home to the 5-0 Eagles. And boy, this Eagles team is really good. This is the exact type of team that I could see losing 3 straight NFC championship games before losing the Super Bowl in the 4th year. They are that good. Maybe the biggest reason for their 5-0 record at this point is quarterback Jalen Hurts. He has improved so much. I could actually see him losing to the Cowboys by fewer than 20 points for the first time in his career.
Oof.
I mean, let's just take a look at how dominant Jalen Hurts has been this season. Opening game against the Lions, Hurts ranks 27th in completion percentage for week 1, just dunking on the 5 quarterbacks behind him. Put up a cool 243 passing yards, didn't even throw a touchdown. Dominated at the link this year. He's 2-0 with a single touchdown pass and 2 interceptions. You want to talk about clutch? Let's look at the numbers he's put up when tied or trailing this year. 60% completions, no touchdowns, an interception. And you can just call this man the slot machine because he's putting up 777s with a 77.7 passer rating. Do you know how dominant Jalen Hurts has to be in order to play this bad and still be undefeated? That man's money. Give this man his MVP trophy now.
I think he means that sincerely.
Yeah, he's the MVP. He's
Except
great.
Not at all.
He's great.
A lot of people on Twitter seem to mean that seriously, which kind of concerns me.
Why does that concern you?
Terrell Owens said it. T.O. said it today, that Jalen Hurts is the
that
MVP.
is his teammate, and that is his quarterback.
Terrell Owens, it's not his teammate. But he is picking Philly.
He's
aligning with Philly.
Okay, thank you.
I just don't see Jalen Hurts as an elite quarterback. I mean, even to he has a lot of support around him, and that is doing wonderful things for him. He's looking better than he did last year, but it's hard to ignore the fact that they drafted him as a running back, allegedly.
As a weapon, yeah, to do it. I mean, because they were allegedly all in on Carson Wentz still at the time. Allegedly.
Which, I mean, let's talk about wayward decisions.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of many that entire city has made.
Okay, let's go back to Bobby's.
That was just a description. No, it wasn't a rant. It was just an overview for people of it's like it's the Wikipedia page. That was literally just the Wikipedia page for the city of Philadelphia.
Oh, all right. We'll lean into your claimed Wikipedia page.
Yeah, of course.
Meg, what did you feel about what Bobby wrote? The truisms that he wrote about the city of Philadelphia.
He ate and he left no crumbs.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
That's it? That's the notes.
I have no notes on that. I don't think there's anything that you didn't address. I will just add to your point though about the Philly cheesesteak thing. The fact that they really hang their hat on that, and then their 2 most famous ones, every time you bring them up, a Philly person will be like, those are so bad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, they say they're touristy spots.
Yeah.
But it is interesting.
Well, then make your touristy spots better.
Right. You would think so. My whole thing is think of a particular cuisine or whatever that's out there. Like the cheesesteak. I don't know what else you could compare it to. But I think whenever you think of somewhere else, whether even if it's barbecue here in Texas, there's not literally 5 barbecue places next to each other, and that's it. That's all they do down there. Yeah. It's all cheesesteak places, and they lean into just such a mediocre sandwich. It's fine, but it's just
mediocre sandwich.
What's the deal?
Have you been to Philly?
I've never been to Philly.
Is that just a conscious objection, or?
I've been given the chance, the opportunity, and I have turned it down.
Okay. She's that about it.
I'm a woman of principle.
There you go.
I will not go there.
Bobby, you've been, right?
Yeah. I mean, not for a game, but I'm going for a game now. But yeah, I've been to Philly.
What were your general takeaways about the city of Philadelphia?
I mean, I think I gave them to you just now.
Okay, that was
that's Philly. Yeah, that's Philadelphia. It's fine. It's just I think that you can feel the negativity just pouring through the city at all times, though. And that's not just about sports. That's in general. I mean, that's just the way it is. Yeah. I mean, Meg, did you have any thoughts on Bill Cosby being from Philly?
That I don't have
No,
any
okay.
thoughts on.
Reggie, you?
Look, I will follow Meg's lead there. I will
Fan
also
text.
not
Let us know what you think about Bill Cosby being from Philadelphia. 877-881-1053.
So I will keep my thoughts to myself in that way. I was about to say Philly. Meg. So we're talking to Meg Murray, blogging the boys. She is at Meg Murray on Twitter. That's it, Murray with an A in there. So in case you're looking for it.
And 4 R's.
It is 4
Yeah,
R's.
I gotta say,
it
it is a challenge to find it the first time.
So there is a person who has the handle that I want, and I'm not telling you to say anything to her because I've tried. But she is married, and that is no longer her last name. So I mean, like, give it to me, please.
Yeah, that's some BS. Why not? You should be able to have that. So her handle's just with 3 R's?
No, with 2.
2? Okay. Why'd you go for 4 then instead of 3?
3 seemed more confusing. Like, I wanted to lean into the extra letters.
Okay, so it's like you doubled up the R's. So you have 2 R's normally.
There's
so
obviously more than there should be.
Okay, so you just were like, if we're going to do this, do it big.
3 seems like a mistake. 4 seems intentional.
Ooh, that's bars. I appreciate that.
That's an interesting way to think about it.
No, it absolutely makes sense to me.
It does.
From the 806, don't forget that the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air had to leave West Philadelphia because he got beat up for playing basketball at the park. Nice place for sure.
He did.
Look, you can't deny that. That's a great point. So Meg, how are you feeling about this football game between the Cowboys and the Eagles coming up on Sunday night?
I was feeling a little better when I was like convincing myself that Dak was playing. Not feeling as you know what? Whatever. We're gonna win. We're gonna hand them their first loss. We're gonna hand them their first loss.
You're not,
and they're gonna cry.
You're not super confident in all of them. Literally everyone. You're not like super confident in Cooper Rush.
He's
no Gucci DiNucci.
No.
I know that's your boy.
A great point.
That's your boy.
They wanted more Ben DiNucci, so he gave him more Ben DiNucci.
I gotta say, I was talking about this with Broadus earlier. There is nobody more important in this game to me this week than Kellen Moore. You better draw some stuff up because y'all are gonna have a hard time scoring points.
You make a valid point there. However, when he does weird stuff like that, does it really work out that often?
It did that game DiNucci started in Philly. Like, it was a miracle they scored 9 points. I will always go back when somebody goes like, hey, give me an example of Kellen Moore being really awesome. I'll be like, when they lost by 14 points to Philadelphia in 2020 because they should have scored nothing. They should have been docked points for what they put on the football field. It was a miracle. He pulled out every stop. I want to see Kevontae Turpin. I want to see Micah Parsons carrying the ball. Like, I want to see all of it. I want to see Trayvon Diggs lining up in the slot. I want to see fun. That's what I want to see.